There are two types of games, as popularized by the philosopher James Carse and the author Simon Sinek. There are finite games, and there are infinite games. A finite game, like football or chess, is played for the purpose of winning. It has known players, fixed rules, and an agreed-upon endpoint. When it's over, someone is declared the winner, and the game ends. An infinite game, like culture or education or business itself, is played for the purpose of continuing the play. The players change, the rules are malleable, and there is no finish line. The goal is not to win, but to perpetuate the game. Many founders play a finite game. Their goal is to build a company, raise funding, and sell it for a huge valuation. The exit is the finish line. They win. The game is over. But the greatest founders, the ones who build things that last, the ones who truly change the world, come to realize they are playing an infinite game. Welcome, for the last time, to hard-won wisdom. We have journeyed through the architecture of the founder's mind, from the terror of the void to the crucible of the struggle, from the power of belief to the necessity of adaptation. Now we ask the final and most important question: to what end? What is the ultimate purpose of this grueling, beautiful, world-building endeavor? This is the architecture of enduring value. A founder playing a finite game is constantly looking at the scoreboard, their valuation, their market share, their press coverage. A founder playing an infinite game is looking at the horizon, their vision, their purpose, their impact. This shift in perspective changes everything. It changes the way you build your product, the way you lead your team, and the way you live your life. It is the ultimate expression of a fully integrated inner architecture. A leader playing an infinite game has a filtering system that is tuned for resilience and long-term value, not short-term gains. They are willing to make a decision that hurts their quarterly earnings if it is the right decision for their customers and their mission a decade from now. Amazon is a classic example of this. For years, they reinvested every penny of profit back into building their infrastructure, their logistics, their customer experience. Wall Street screamed for short-term profits, but Jeff Bezos was playing an infinite game. He was building an architecture for the next century, not the next quarter. This requires a deep and abiding sense of purpose. This is the understanding stage of our framework at its most profound. The leader understands why they are doing what they are doing, and that why is not about them. It is about the cause they serve, the problem they are solving, the value they are creating for others. A strong why is the ultimate source of fuel for the struggle. When you are driven by a purpose larger than yourself, you can endure almost any hardship. Your personal fear becomes secondary to the importance of the mission. You are no longer just building a company. You're a steward of a cause. This perspective transforms the leader's relationship with their competitors. In a finite game, you are obsessed with beating your competition. In an infinite game, you are more focused on your own improvement. Your worthy rivals, as Sinek calls them, are not there to be beaten. They are there to make you better. They reveal your weaknesses and force you to innovate. You are both making the entire game better, stronger, more interesting. This is the mindset of Mark Andreessen, who sees technology not as a zero-sum game, but as an ever-expanding pie, a frontier of endless possibility. The goal is not to defeat other innovators, but to contribute to the overall advancement of the technological wave. The architecture of a company built for the infinite game is different. It prioritizes its people and its culture, knowing that a strong and adaptive team is the only way to survive for the long run. It prioritizes its relationship with its customers, knowing that trust is the ultimate currency. It prioritizes innovation and the willingness to disrupt itself, knowing that in an infinite game, the only constant is change. This brings us full circle back to the individual architect. The journey we have traced, from the solitary founder in the void to the leader of a world-changing organization, is ultimately a journey of self-transcendence. It is the process of building an ego strong enough to withstand the struggle, and then having the wisdom to let that ego dissolve into a larger purpose. The final product is not the company. It is the person you had to become to build it. It is the hard-won wisdom forged in the fire. It is the inner architecture tested and rebuilt 100 times that is now resilient, clear, and aligned. This is the legacy. It is not the money or the fame. It is the impact you had on your people. It is the value you created for your customers. It is the contribution you made to the infinite game. And it is the example you set for the next generation of builders who will stand, as you once did, before a whiteboard and a void, ready to begin. The game is never over. The architecture is never finished. There is always a next line to be drawn. The only question is, with what wisdom will you draw it? Thank you for joining us on this journey.